Hello everyone, my name is Solin, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to connect to the MongoDB using Visual Basic 6.0. And of course, I will assume that you already installed Microsoft Visual Basic 6.0. And yeah, as for the MongoDB, the installation is pretty straightforward. So there are a lot of versions available for me. I'm a cheapo, so I'm just going for the free editions, which is a community server. So you can download them here, and since the setup is quite straightforward, I'll just leave them to you, and I'll put the link down in the description for you to go and download. And of course, we're gonna need the driver, which will allow us to connect to the MongoDB from the Visual Basic 6.0. And there's no official MongoDB driver for that, so we're going for the third party, which is from Progress. But since it's for third party, usually they don't available as free, but now I'll be trying out for the 30 days free trial. And yeah, so but when you're downloaded it here, go for the Windows 32-bit version driver. And the reason is that if you get the 64-bit version, you will get the compatibility issues driver error when you were calling from the Visual Basic 6.0 code. So make sure you download the 32-bit versions. So with that, I'm gonna assume that you can finish downloading and installing the Microsoft MongoDB, and yeah, let's try to start up the MongoDB. So starting as that is pretty straightforward. So basically, you go to your program file, and there's a MongoDB folder, and there's a server, bin. So just keep going until the bin. So this is where all the executable for the MongoDBs reside. So I will start up the database server program, which you will see here. So it mentioned that MongoDB database server. So let's start up the server. So yep, the server is all started up and is waiting on the port 27017. Okay, now let's try to create some database entry inside there. So we gotta be using the shell clients for that. The connection is taking a while. Okay, so now the server is up, and also the shell clients for the MongoDB is up. So let's see what's commands available. So let's call for help, and yeah, so we can say show DBs first. So we can see there are 3 of them right now. So let's use the test one. So let's say use test, and yeah, so now let's see what's inside there. And yeah, so there's a collection called messages, and we can see what's inside there as well. Messages.find. So the first one is the DB, and then which is the default, which we already set to test. And the second one is the messages, which is the table, sort of a table name, and the find is a function. So let's see, it's sort of similar to the select queries, and it is sort of similar to select query there. So we got 2. Okay, the messages are not interesting. Let's do a database for quotes. So let's Google self the quotes, maybe from Casey Neistat. If you guys haven't checked out his daily blog, which he done for like 600 days, you should go check it out. It's really awesome. He's awesome. Okay, so let's see some of the quotes and put it in a database. So yeah, which is pretty nice. Okay, so let's try to put some quote inside the thing now. So as for the quote, so it's gonna be in JSON format. So for quote, we're gonna be in this format. So first we will have first property false quote. Let's copy some from here. Yep. Oops, I don't want that. This, and alter to be Casey Neistat. Yep. Maybe let's try to add 2 entries at the same time. Maybe 2. Okay, let's try add 1 first. Okay, this is the one thing that we're gonna add. So let's add this in. So So I'm trying to convert that into one liner, so it's just we can just copy paste it back into the thing. And only in terms of the API, they only accept the array of JSON, so which in each elements of JSON is represent one row, one record inside the collections. So let's copy this out, and where's my Mongo shell? Okay, here it is. So we're gonna add it to db dot. Let's create a new one. So quotes dot insert, and in there it should be the array of JSON, which we already built it up here. So I copy it here and yeah. Oh, oops, sorry. Paste it. All right, so let's insert. Okay, so as you can see, numbers of row inserted is 1. And let's try to query that back again. So quote dot find. Yep, our records are there. Persistent and endurance. So here it is. One record should not be fun. Let's add one more. Okay, let's go back to all the quotes. Maybe some short one. Okay, here. I copy it. Yep. Casey Neistat. Okay, maybe let's add 2 record. So I copy this, and maybe the second quote, maybe okay, maybe for the second quote, maybe from myself. Casey, it's amazing. Said by me right now. So said by Lynn. Alright, so let's copy this, go to my shell here, say db.quotes.insert, and I paste it here, or I mean right click it here. Yeah. Okay, 2 rows inserted. There was no error, which is nice. db.close.find, you should be seeing 3 records. Alright, that's cool. So now that our DB is all set up, the DB is running smoothly now, let's try to set up the driver. So I don't need this. Okay, we can close this website. Okay, let's just keep this running. Okay, we don't need, maybe we might need to restart it again. Oops, sorry, this is my recording software. Okay, so now let's go over to the control panel, where we can change the Odbc driver. Remember the driver that was saying to connect from that was held from MongoDB to VB 6.0. So yep, so we're gonna be using the Microsoft Odbc driver interface. So we look for which stands for the Open Database Connectivity, and we're gonna be looking at 32-bit. So here you can see the records here. Ignore this platform, because the reason why it's showing up both right now for me is I accidentally downloaded the 64 and later find out, yeah, they're not compatible and need to download the 32-bit again. So yeah, the 32-bit download should be fine for VB 6.0. So let's hit configure, and by default, okay, since I already set up, so let me try and go back to the original position, which is here. So you're gonna be having this as a blank, database blank, hosting blank. So mostly we're running in the same computer, so yeah, we can say it's our local host, and yeah, this is a default port, which is exactly the same as once you see in the startup. And yeah, database is as we show here. Maybe I open it up again. We go to Mongo, and if you see HOWTO, we'll be using this one. Remember, we use test to do so. Right, so let's set this up. Okay, let me close this. I will on my DB here and test. Okay, yeah, that's about it. So just click apply and okay. Okay, now the setup is all done. Now all we're left is to do some layout at the Visual Basic, so which I already downloaded and have a doc here. So let's fire it up. Alright, so let's create the files, and yeah, before I forget, don't forget to save the project before. It happened to me before, the program crashed and all the things that I sent so far have lost everything, so I need to restart all over again. So don't forget to save the file. So yeah, I'm gonna just save it and go all the way back to desktop and create a folder, maybe call it quotes. Inside there, yep, I'm gonna save my font one. Right, so for that, we're gonna need two things. One is the Microsoft ADO-DB component, which represent the driver to connect from Microsoft Odbc driver that we just set it up in from control panel, and also from Visual Basic 6.0. So and also so we're gonna go over here from the toolbar and select components, and we're gonna search for Microsoft ADO Data Control 6.0 here. We're gonna check this up, and we're gonna need one more control to show the data in a table format. So we're gonna be choosing Data Grid Control 6.0. So I'm gonna close it up, and yep. So we're gonna bring in the Odbc. So yeah, the ADO is done for the active database connectivity. But yeah. So we're gonna be setting the connection string. Click here, and we will be using string. Let's build it up. So we're using the OLEDP provider for Odbc driver. And for the data source, it should be here. Let's refresh, look it up. Yep, the MongoDB. So we don't have I don't set up any username and password, so I'll just say blank password, and yeah, let's test the connections. So yep, it's been successful. Basically, yeah, it's good to go. So press OK. Applied. Then after that, we're gonna be going to the record sorts, so which will be defining which table or collections that we're gonna pull out. So for our case, we want quotes table. So we be selecting here AD comment table, and yeah, you're gonna fetch all the file and come all the way down here. You'll be seeing quotes. So let's hit apply and press OK. Okay, now that we have our connection is all ready to go, and let's try to show them in a table. So I can already be showing the table like this, right? Okay, sorry about my OCDs. I'm gonna be trying to finish this up. That one click, right? Perfect. I'll be setting the data source for this data grid table. So I'll be selecting the ADODC that we just hit, and yeah, let's run. So as you can see here, we already see our record that we put it in the MongoDB here. So we already see some of the quote here, and yeah, so but we don't want to show the ID, right? We only want to show the order and quotes only usually. So, and also this is ugly, let's not show this up. So I'll stop this. Right, so let's try to set this visibility to be false. Let's see, where's the, right, the easier is from categories. So you can see here from the appearance, we visibility here, let's set it to false, so it should be disappear when it's load up, thing. So, and we want to set up the selective roles only as well. So we want to set, show only the quotes and author, not the ID. So user don't want to see the ugly ID. Let's figure this out. So let's go to retrieve field. Yes, so here we will be seeing some here, and we will be properties and columns, right? So we have multiple columns here. So we don't want to show the ID column, which is column 1, and we were saying visibility to false. Right, so that's about it. So we already selected only 2 to show. Maybe, okay, let's run it. not bad, huh? So we don't see all our that ugly Odbc controller here, and also the ID is gone. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it for my tutorial, and yeah, I hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe, and also don't give a thumbs up if you like it, and yeah, hope to see you in the next video. Bye.